Test. Do you just want to use this? Or do you want to use the headset mic?
No, I don't think the headset. Okay. I'm not in sync. All right. Test, test. I call this area contest Area E47 Toastmasters to order. Before I begin, I would like to thank Vendasta for hosting us. Especially Rylan Morris, who's running our AV tonight. Thank you for allowing us to use this venue. It's really exciting. This is our first chance at live streaming an event, so thank you for that. I'd also like to thank the Vendasta Social Committee for providing us with refreshments that we've enjoyed here tonight, so thank you for that. Those aforementioned refreshments are available on the SkyPad for everyone here with us, and that's in the northeast end of the office. And they have all types of meat, cheese, veggies, and cookies alongside soda, water, wine, and beer. So I think you've all acquainted yourselves with that already, and everyone signed in. So more about the venue for those of you who aren't employees that are joining us. Vendasta is the #1 platform for agencies selling digital solutions to local businesses. By offering a marketplace of resellable products and services and an automated marketing platform, agencies are empowered to acquire, retain, and grow their client base. Over 1,100 resellers use the Vendasta platform to sell to 670,000 local businesses around the world. Vendasta has been named one of the 50 fastest growing technology companies in Canada and one of the top 500 fastest growing in North America by Deloitte the past 2 years in a row. Vendasta is also hiring. Their team of over 280 people is looking to add experienced software developers, accountants, data analysts, marketing specialists, and web developers. Visit vendasta.com/careers for more information. So I'd just like to welcome, again, everyone online joining us, all of the Toastmasters we have here, all the guests from Vendasta. Hopefully you guys will get a little taste of what Toastmasters is like. I'd also like to thank everyone that volunteered to be a contest officer tonight. Thank you for serving in that role. So before we get underway with the contest, for those of you that don't know, I'd like to just talk a little bit about Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is an international not-for-profit organization. Currently it has 352,000 members in 16,400 clubs around the world, operating in 141 countries. Officially, there is 8 languages supported, including English, but there are many more meetings held in many languages around the world. And Toastmasters' mission is all about empowering individuals. So individuals belong to clubs as members, and the goal of the club is to create an environment that helps the member grow in their communication and leadership. And the area supports the clubs. So that's what we're doing here tonight at the area contest. A couple reminders, there is no photography allowed, even though we're live streaming. Flash photography, the noise and brightness can be distracting to the contestants. We also ask that you put your phone on vibrate or silent so there's no interruptions. Of course, if you have to answer it, just quietly step out and do so. And washrooms are located at the far end of the building, with the women's on one side and the men's on the other. In case of an emergency evacuation, please take the stairs and not the elevator. And I'm sure the Vendasta employees will tell us where their muster point is, just in case. Okay, the muster point is Winston's Pub. That seems perfect. All right. So before the contest, we made sure that all contestants are eligible and all judges are eligible to serve, and they've been briefed on all the rules of the contest. So with that, I would like to call our table topics contest to order, and I'll skip the gong on that one. All right. So I'll explain a bit about what table topics is for those of you that don't know. So it's a long-standing Toastmasters tradition intended to help members develop their ability to organize their thoughts quickly in response to an impromptu question or topic. So basically, this would be applicable to things like job interviews, or to give like an analogy, it would be like freestyle rapping as opposed to writing a recorded song. So you're freestyling your answer to a question, and you want to put it in the structure of a speech with an introduction, body, and conclusion. So it is quite helpful, and it has lots of applications in the real world. All right, so if I could have our Sergeant-at-Arms please escort out our contestants, and the speaking order has already been predetermined. All right, our contestants are out of the room. Please help me welcome our first contestant, Miles Wagray. That was a fake out question, by the way. Miles Wagray, what relationship has impacted you the most? What relationship has impacted you the most, Miles Wagray?
First of all, thank you for that very thoughtful and deep question. It gives me a reason to reflect on all the important relationships in my life so far. I would choose one above all others, and that would be my relationship with my father. My father has been truly a mentor to me and is a very calm person in times of crisis. I saw that in a number of circumstances in the past few years, but especially in this past year. We had a number of family things happen this year, one of which being my eldest brother got married, the first brother of my family to get married. So that was very interesting to see how everybody's family adjusts to those type of circumstances. Another sad turn of events was that my mother passed away also this year. She also had a great impact on me, but just seeing my father's strength and courage through her sickness and all that time gave me a lot of strength, and it was very important to me. Also, in developing my life now, transitioning from my period of life as a student to now being a professional, seeing how he's managed his life and his time and his priorities has had just such a great impact on me. And I often think of that when I am structuring my priorities or the priorities that I want to have in the future. So in summation, though I have had many important and valuable relationships in my life, I think the one that's had the biggest impact on me is the one with my father. Thank you again for your question.
Thank you, Miles. If you could just have a seat wherever you like. No, you can stay seated. So our second contestant has requested not to be live streamed, so if we could please pause that. Thank you. Our second contestant tonight is Tosin Akinpelyu. If you could please welcome her. Yeah, it is. It's shut off. If you see up there, that's our monitor. So, yeah. Oh. And we will now have as much time as the judges need to complete their ballots. right, welcome back, everyone. As the judges are tallying the votes to determine our placement in the contest, I would like to interview our contestants and present them with awards of participation. So if Miles, if you could please come up here.
Thank you.
So now that the contest has concluded, we can talk about what club you're a member of. So if you could tell us, what club are you a member of?
Absolutely. I am a proud member of the Prairie Schooners. You know what? I wouldn't even know the number offhand. Bit of a failing on my part, but I imagine there are a lot of people that are fairly similar. But yeah, we meet on Wednesdays at noon, and it's been very beneficial, and I think we have a really great group because there's a good mix of getting down to business and still having jokes and laughing around, you know, goofing around a little bit, but always with that air of professionalness that's there.
Yeah, for sure. From my visits to your club, I've seen that atmosphere. And you guys meet in the Federated Co-op building, right? Yeah, okay. So I wanted to ask you, how has Toastmasters helped you personally? Like, what skills has it helped you to develop?
I would say it just has helped me a lot in terms of formalizing my public speaking. I do a little bit of public speaking as a profession. I'm a lawyer, although I don't see a lot of time in court. But just the manner and the grace that Toastmasters teaches you to bring when you present or when you speak, even if you're introducing yourself at a meeting, when you are kind of, I don't know, demonstrating that level of formality. I think that's helped me a lot in any meeting circumstance where I have to introduce myself or any time where I have to speak.
Thank you. Yeah, I've found the setting an agenda and sticking to it and the business meeting aspects were something I hadn't personally experienced much of before Toastmasters. So thank you. Thanks for competing. And I'll now ask our second contestant to come up, Tosin, if you would please. So I'll ask you the same questions I asked our first contestant. So what club are you a member of?
I'm a member of the Chemical Nuclear Toastmasters Club. I don't know the number as well.
Numbers are overrated. So
Okay.
and what do you like about? So what do you like about it's a corporate club, right? So it's only open to members of Cameco, employees. So what has that helped you? How's that helped you working with your professional peers in that setting?
So it has helped me in a lot of ways. Firstly, it has helped me to network outside of my department. I've got to meet people outside of my working group. I know a lot more people than most of my colleagues. It has also helped me to grow, actually, to become more comfortable speaking in front of people. I'm not there yet, but a lot better.
All right, thank you. And what do you like about the club environment, I guess, because we talked about your skills and networking, and how do you feel the meetings are run and meeting in the same building you work in?
I like how the meetings are run. I like how we have to go to different buildings to meet, just so we can move to and fro and to get more comfortable. And what was the second question again?
Just how do you like the environment?
I like it very much. I like the meetings. I like the fact that we can break away from work during the day. We meet every Wednesday, lunch hour from 12 to 1. And I like that we can break away from work, meet familiar faces. I get to talk in front of people I'm comfortable with, and it's very refreshing. That's the word for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tosin. So I see our judges are still not back. They're still counting ballots. I can talk a bit about my Toastmasters experience. So I'm a member of Saskatoon Toastmasters. We meet every second and fourth Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Newtana Park Mennonite Church, if anyone's interested, is coming as a guest. I've been a Toastmaster for 3 years now. it's helped me a lot, especially professionally. When I was in school, I took engineering technology, and we had to verify the design for a pressure vessel, which has a lot of legal requirements surrounding it, because in the past, in the early industrial age, there was no standards, and there was a lot of explosions, and people got injured. So this was pre-union days also. So we had to verify that design and present it in front of all of our peers, all of our instructors. We had to do like a 30-minute presentation about how we verified this design. And then at the end, our professors or our instructors would ask us random questions, impromptu questions that we had to answer correctly. If we didn't, we risked failing and not graduating. So there was very high pressure there. And without Toastmasters, I definitely would not have been able to handle that as well as I did. There were some other students and groups that did not handle it as well, and their marks reflected that. I also, as part of school, was required to take communications courses, and knowing that ahead of time, I joined Toastmasters, and I was able to present all the speeches I presented at school at Toastmasters and get feedback on them, and then I was able to present them, and I aced all of my communications courses. So for me, it's been really helpful, especially in those high-pressure situations where you have to perform. And by practicing things like table topics every week for 3 years, you really get better at it. Like, I've noticed the growth in myself. So, and I attribute that to my club and fellow members as well. And I will wrap up that speech, and I'll see where our results are at. All right, our judges were triple checking the numbers, so they're being very thorough, taking their duties very seriously. But now I am ready to announce the winners of our contest. So if we could get a drum roll going, maybe get a gong going. So in second place, Miles, if you could please come up here. And that means our first place winner is Tosin. All right, so that concludes our table topics portion of the evening. So congrats to the winners. And we were scheduled to have a humorous speech contest. However, due to a lack of eligible contestants in attendance, the contestants have to be physically able to come to the contest to compete. We will not be holding it. So there will be no humorous speech contest tonight, and the area will not be promoting any humorous speakers to the division contest. So that's an official bit of business that we had to sort out. So moving on to the next portion of our agenda. In Toastmasters, we like to recognize achievement, and especially for clubs and when speakers receive educational awards. So if I could please invite the president of Prairie Schooners to come up here to receive your awards. The first one we have is the Go-Getter Award. So if we could give a round of applause for that. And what the Go-Getter Award means is that they met half of their club goals before January 1st. So that takes a lot of dedication, a lot of planning, and a lot of good execution of that plan in order to receive that award. If you wouldn't mind staying up here. All right, so we have for you an Advanced Communicator Bronze Award. So congrats, Sharon, on that, completing that goal. That's very good. And one of your members who sadly couldn't be here tonight received an Advanced Leader Bronze Award. So if we could give a round of applause. Yeah. All right. And we had another member that completed an award that couldn't be here, and that was an Advanced Leader Silver Award. So if you could, pass those on to your club and present them. Yes, and give them all my thanks. It's really great to see a club having so many educational awards, especially advanced awards. It speaks to the club quality and that members are growing at their own pace, so thank you. All right, so for our contestants tonight, both contestants will move on to the Division Table Topics contest. The Division E Table Topics contest will be held on Saturday, November 4th at Saskatchewan Polytechnic, room 104, and it will be from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So for those contestants, please let me know if you can make it, and I'll pass them on. The next piece of business would be the District 99 Fall Conference. That will be held November 17th to 19th, which is Friday to Sunday. And for contestants, if you do move on from the division contest, to attend the district contest, you don't have to pay if you're just competing in the contest. So the $270 sign-up fee is waived for you. And if you do move on, you might want to ask your club if they could reimburse your expenses as well. Some clubs do that. So it might be something you want to bring up. Before I go, I would once again like to thank Vendasta for this space. And I would like to promote their upcoming event that will be held here. It will also be live streamed for those of you watching. And it is Ideas on Tap. It is held on the last Friday of every month, excluding the summer, from 4 to 6 p.m. They invite local speakers from within the community to come and share their ideas. Attendance is free and refreshments do carry a cost, all of which is donated to a local charity. So it's a great community event for networking and giving back. The theme for this month's event is From Good to Great. So there'll be an exciting lineup of speakers there. Is there anything else that I should mention? Yeah, so we will have some Toastmasters from Saskatoon presenting at that event as well. So if for our Toastmasters, if you want to come watch that, it should be a great time. So I invite everyone out to that event. So that's it, right? Yeah. October 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Vendasta in the Avenue Building, downtown Saskatoon. Yes. Just Google Map it. They have the address on their website. And with that, I will adjourn this contest.